So what's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today guys we're going to be talking about the biggest flexes in video games. And yes, I copied that from Lord Knox. Bite me. I know I copied his content, I don't know why, but people do say that copying is the best form of flexing. No, that came out wrong. So enough of my chit-chattery, and let's just get to the meat and potatoes of the video. I even sound like him. First flex. So we're going to be starting with a very big flexer in video games. I mean, I could even call him the biggest flexer in video game history. Kratos from the God of War series. I mean, nobody can argue with me. Kratos is the biggest flexer we've ever seen in video game. I mean, you remember that time in God of War Ghost of Sparta, the best PSP game that I've ever played. If I was you and you've never played that game, I would advise you to download the PSP emulator on your PC, on your phone, and go download that ROM and play that game. It is freaking amazing. But yeah, let's get back to the meat and potatoes. I just like saying meat and potatoes. But let's just get back to the flex. So, you remember that time when Kratos and his brother Deimos were fighting the god of death? And you know, Deimos dies because he's a bitch ass. And then Kratos goes into Spartan Rager mode and fucking starts bitch slapping the god of death. I mean, Kratos is literally walking and bitch slapping the god of death. I mean, if that's not a big flex on his own, then what is a flex? Explain to me. Because of, don't forget that this is basically the god of death. So Kratos basically bitch slapped the Grim Reaper of like Greek mythology. So that's never the flex I want to talk about. You guys remember the ending of God of War 3, right? When you and the big boss Zeus are fighting each other, trying to end each other's life. Kratos like stabs Zeus with his blade of Olympus. Zeus is like, oh, surprise motherfucker, I'm actually not dead. I just turn into a ghost form mode and will break your neck. And then yeah, the fight goes on for, well, a bunch of minutes. And then at the end of the fight, Kratos decides to, instead of me using my weapons to kill Zeus, because my weapons do not seem to be working, why don't I use my hand to kill the king of the gods? Like, flex! That is just flexing. The flexometer has broken. Kratos is just a giant flexer. Kratos decides that his weapons are useless and his hands is the best form to kill a god. Not just any god, a king of gods. Next flex. So yeah, the next flexer is Asura from Asura's Wrath. And this guy, they should have just called him the god of punching. Asura does not care what you are, he will punch you. Monster, punch you away. God, punch you away. Cosmic celestial deity, he does not give a fuck, he will still punch you in the face. So Asura basically solves everything with his punching. And his punching is his flex. I mean, Asura punched a god the size of a mountain out of the earth orbit. Yeah, he punched a mountain out of the earth orbit. What sort of flexing is that? And then the same god, which is called Wazin or Wazen, I don't know how to pronounce the name right, or I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, turns into a fucking planet. Like, I'm not joking with you guys. The mountain turns into a planet. A literal planet. And Wazim in his planetary form or planet form could have literally bitch slapped the earth. But you know this guy plots. He decided to make Wazim use his finger to destroy like an entire continent. And this finger is coming to hit Asura. And Asura is just looking at this finger that is probably the size of a country. I mean, guys, be truthful. If you had the power of a god and you saw a country trying to hit you in the face, you would move, right? At least you would use your godly speed to try to get away. But no, Asura doesn't do or uses his bitch nigga brain. Instead, Asura catches a country-sized finger. And then after he catches it, he decides to go on Jojo Bizarre Adventure Jotaro on this finger and goes on. And then after he goes on Ura, he decides to copy Saitama and then gives the finger a serious punch. No, I'm serious. He actually punches the finger in a very serious way. And then he defeats Wazim, even though your finger should not be connected to every part of your body. But by him giving the finger a serious punch, the force of the serious punch destroys Wazim's entire body. That is flexing of another level, because Asura basically flexed on a planet that was bigger than Earth. So, yeah. Next, a flex. So the next flex that we're going to be talking about, his flex is not as big as Kratos or Asura's flex. I mean, Kratos was basically flexing on gods, and Asura was basically flexing on gods the sizes of planets. But yeah, the flex we're going to be talking about isn't up to that. This flex is smaller on the flexometer. So Kazuya Mishima, and you should already know that Kazuya is going to be a badass fighter because he is the son of Heihachi Mishima, one of the greatest fighter in the whole of the Tekken series. So yeah, what is Kazuya's flex? Kazuya's flex took place when Heihachi threw him off a cliff to like make him stronger, and yeah, Kazuya was like I think 7 to 10 years old, or maybe 13. I'm not sure of his exact age, but he got thrown off a cliff by Heihachi so that he could become stronger. And when Kazuya was down the cliff, he makes a deal with the devil. I mean, most of us at the age of 10 to 13 are still afraid of the monster under our bed, or we're afraid of the dark. And this guy made a deal with the literal devil. I just wonder how that played out. Like, ouch, ouch. I'm the devil.
Oh, you're the devil. Do I look like I give a fuck, bitch? But that just threw me into a fucking cave. Fuck you, bitch.
Kid, didn't you hear what I said? I said I am the fucking devil.
Oh, I didn't hear you the first time. Fuck you. Fuck your mama. Fuck your mama's mama.
Calm down,
fuck
kid.
Your sister.
Calm down.
Fuck
you know
your
what?
entire
You know what?
fucking
Take my
family.
devilish power and get the fuck out of my fucking cave.
Fuck your mama. Fuck your mama's mama.
That kid was a fucking devil. Damn. I really need to retire. Fuck.
Like, I wonder what happened between him and the devil. What did the devil say to him? What did he say to the devil? But still, that is not even Kazuya's greatest feat. To me, I think Kazuya's greatest feat is when he defeated Heihachi and threw Heihachi off the same cliff Heihachi threw him off when he was like 7 to 10 years old. Then after he full counters Heihachi and throw him off the same cliff, he then gives off this devilish smile. Very, very devilish smile. Next, flex. So the next person we want to talk about is old Kratos. And I know most of you guys will be like, bro, you've already talked about Kratos before, and old Kratos and young Kratos are like the same person. Yeah, sure, they're the same person when it comes to their names, but they kind of have, well, different behaviors. Old Kratos is still angry, but normal angry, I guess. Why young Kratos is just extremely angry. They have different personalities. Plus, I just wanted to talk about Kratos more. So you guys remember what happened in God of War 4, right? When Kratos and his son were in like a temple or an underground temple, and his son was like, oh, the pathway is blocked. How are we going to move this giant temple out of the way? And then Kratos is like, shut up, boy. I will move it by myself. And then his son is like, Nani? And then Kratos literally flips an entire temple. Like as if he was flipping a fucking table upside down. And then this is not just a flex on Kratos' son, but it's also a flex on the viewers. Throughout the God of War game till that moment, everybody were like, Kratos has become this old man Logan type of character that is just a shell of himself. And yeah, Kratos just proved everybody wrong by showing them that, oh, he may not have all his weapons from God of War 3, but he is still pretty fucking strong. Next, flex. So yeah, this is the final flex I'm going to be talking about. I mean, this video is more of like an experiment to see how people react to it. If the reaction of this video is good and I get enough likes and I get enough views and I get enough comments, I will make a part 2, because there are so many other video games flex that I want to talk about. But yeah, the final flex I'm going to be talking about today is a pro gamer. nobody that flexes as hard as a pro gamer. Like seriously, there's nobody in video game that flexes as hard as a pro gamer. A god in a video game cannot flex as hard as a pro gamer in real life. Pro gamers are the ultimate flexers. I mean, you go into a lobby in Call of Duty, you get flexed on by a pro gamer. Go into a lobby in Fortnite, you get flexed by a pro gamer. Pro gamers are the ultimate flexers in video games. And well, thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see the part 2 of this video. And if you want me to edit for you, well, I'll leave a link to my Fiverr page. So thanks for watching, and well, peace out.